Hi, Nan on the path, and I'm down here by the river. And the river, the water is right up to the banks. We've had a lot of rain and we've had a lot of snow melt, and there is a lot of moving water. So I was in the mood to come down here today. And moving, flowing water is also the element, the symbol for flowing emotions. And it's spring. Now, if you watch the cartoon Bambi, in the spring, there's things, choices of getting Twitter-pated. As the boy and the girl deer come together, and the rabbits come together, and the bees come together, So, and the people come together, spring fever. So I thought I would talk about relationships. Those who are single, and I think when we're single, we always think of sometimes about being in relationship. It crosses the minds of single people, some more than others. And I think the secret to going forward with that, to go with the flowing water, to go with the flowing of emotions, is to walk forward with an open heart. To feel love, to treat ourselves, like we're going out on a date, to go walk by the river, to take ourselves out to lunch, to go to a movie, to hang out with friends, to do things that honor our heart and make us feel good, to attract more of the same. So when you do meet someone and you come across someone who kind of, gets your attention a little bit, to be open to the experience and maybe go out to coffee, or maybe hug your dog. Oh, geez, did you need a hug? Oh, okay. When I do tarot card readings, I seem to specialize in relationships. A lot of people who come to me for a tarot card reading have a question about relationship. And I also do it on choices too, but most often it's relationship. Seems to be my specialty, which I think is kind of weird, but tis what it is. And the advice I give most often is, when you meet someone and then especially women, I don't know what men go through, but I know women, we're making all of these decisions and planning on it being the forever one. When you just met, there's no way that you can tell. And maybe it's experience, a reason, season, or lifetime, but it's springtime, so there's a little extra love in the air, a little bit Twitter patient. And I suggest that you honor that and research it and go to coffee. Don't look for a life partner. Go out for coffee. And if coffee goes over well, and coffee's kind of like the interview to see if you want to go out later for coffee and a muffin. And then when that goes well, then maybe for a meal. Kind of like that there, to research and see if you're compatible. When you're attracted to someone, there's a reason why. There's something that you have for each other to learn and to discover. Sometimes it's no, and sometimes it's yes. And if it does end, let's say it doesn't work out, you experiment and it doesn't work out, was it a mistake? So to eliminate it is to eliminate the whole experience, to eliminate when you first met, to eliminate, the excitement of getting together. And humans, it's kind of funny. Often when we separate, it's because something doesn't work well and there's a little irritation and even anger, so that you'll actually break the path and move into separate paths. I think that's kind of weird. I always want to be grateful for the relationship, but sometimes I'm going to be grateful anyway, but oftentimes it's irritability and what would the word be? When you know it's not going to work, it's kind of like the door to your heart closes and goes, no, this is not the one. But it still was a gift, because there's things that you learned. There was something that you needed. There's a reason why your heart was attracted to that situation. So Twitter pated. It's spring. So hey, you single folk out there, enjoy the spring. Allow yourself to notice. Allow your heart to be open to experience. And, maybe go out for a coffee. Do the first interview. Maybe go out for a coffee and a muffin and continue down the steps to see if that's where you want to be. And if it does end, it still was a gift. It might take some time to recover and put all the pieces back into place. But whenever that happens, both of you are different. You've both gained. And it still is a gift. So I encourage you in this time of spring fever and opening the heart to the possibility of love or friendship, or anything that brings that good, delicious feeling to your heart. Allow yourself to explore, allow yourself to walk forward into it, and leave fear and expectations behind. And then you'll know if you want to go a step further or if you're going to back up. But you never go back to where you were. Man on the path. Flowing water, flowing emotions, Twitter pated, spring fever, 'tis the season. Enjoy your spring.